Fofana witnessed Saturday's opening ceremony, and this is his report.
Which is the first of its kind, according to the outgoing Commissioner for Political Affairs at the AU. Is a milestone development that also symbolizes a true meeting between actors with a continental mandate on democracy and good governance, and those with a mandate on peace and security.
The outcome of this gathering will lead us to one step closer to the common vision of the African Union of an integrated, prosperous, and peaceful Africa, driven by its citizens and representing a dynamic force in the global arena. Indeed, our collective aspiration for a free, fair, sustainable, and prosperous Africa dictates the development of policies and programs that can guide us in achieving such a goal with efficacy and efficiency.
Julia Dolly Joyner, in her welcome address, spoke on some of those areas where the AU's Department of Political Affairs and the Peace and Security Council could mutually maximize their effectiveness and impact. Central to her statement was the promotion of democratic practices and principles, such as transparency and accountability, rule of law, as well as the protection and promotion of human rights. Ambassador Dr. Ferdinand Moncho, chairperson of the Permanent Representatives Committee, said this meeting being hosted by Banjul has been the desire of African heads of state to ensure that sustainable peace prevails at continental level. Tremendous developments have been made in the areas of good governance and rule of law in Africa. Despite the gains as regards the peaceful transfer of power, transparent elections among others, Mohamed Idris, chairperson of the AU Peace and Security Committee, observed some shortcomings.
Military coups, though to have vanished in the scrap heap of history, had regrettably made a comeback in some countries, with subsequent squells of aborting the electoral processes and the massive deterioration of the peace and security situation with regional spillovers.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs, who presided over the opening of the high-level retreat, was confident that the three-day convergence will not only identify the problems confronting Africa, but through in-depth discussions and analysis, the participants, who are pundits and pacesetters in the continent's political evolution, will articulate innovative and bold initiatives to promote and propagate peace, security, and good governance in Africa.
Peace is a prerequisite for stability and development. While I subscribe to the notion, I wish to state that together we should strive to create a culture of peace all over the continent. This means that as Africans, we must eschew tribalism and ethnic prejudices. We must learn to celebrate our diversity, because the imperatives that unite us are far greater than the petty consideration that divides us.
The Gambia's top diplomat called on the participants to implement the outcomes of this high-level meeting for peace, security, and development in Africa. Famara Fofana, Grts.
The popular TV show dubbed Fatu Show last night marked its 4th anniversary. The spectacular event, as Fatu just reports, brought together friends, well-wishers, and cabinet ministers.
For 4 years, Fatu Camara anchored one of the leading talk shows on primetime TV. The Fatu Show thrilled fans and viewers all these years. For years on, the country's celebrities in the showbiz, media, business elites, fans joined in by top government officials, converged on Caraba Beach Hotel's post Jama Hall for a night that marked 4 years anniversary of the Fatu Show. The story of the show was told by the show host herself when she took to the floor to address her audience.
4 years ago, I was confronted with the challenge to introduce a distinctive show on Grts television. With sheer determination, with the support of so many people of goodwill, and with my decade-long experience in the media, I was able to forge a viable partnership with Grts that ushered in today the Fatu Show.
The show that comes on TV every Thursday deals with all spheres of human activities.
We decided to venture into an untapped genre in local programming.
It was a spectacular night that brought together friends, well-wishers and fans of the show, and also cabinet ministers. Many described the Thursday evening program on Grts TV as one of the most watched shows in and outside the country. The deputy director of Grts describes the lady of the night as a dynamic woman who stood her grounds to see that her soul excels.
When you look at that beautiful poster there which says Fatu Show, that is a brand. And that is what has made this lady excel in what she's been doing. Please give her a big round of applause. She has a dream, and she's been nurturing that dream for the past 4 years. And today, she decided to move all away from the screen and come on stage and be so personal and to be so touchy with what she's been doing on television. And we did not rest on our laurels. We said we were going to give her our support because she's one of our kind. She belongs to GRTS.
After thrilling her fans for 4 years on TV, the time came for the prominent TV talk show host to have a moment to relive her work when emerging Senegalese mbalax diva Aida Samba completed proceedings with a superb display on the stage. For GRTS News, I am Fatou Jassi.
You can monitor GRTS Radio Live on our website at www.grts.gm. That takes us to our first break. We'll be right back.
It is a revolution of great young minds and a competition where everyone is a winner. It is a display of academic potentials, talent and beauty. Founded and supported by His Excellency the President, Professor Dr. Alhaji Yahya AJJ Jammeh, the finals of the 2012 Miss 22nd July Scholarship Pageant will take place on Saturday, September 15, 2012 at the Paradise Suites Hotel starting at 8 p.m. The chief guests of honors are His Excellency the President, Professor Dr. Alhaji Yahya AJJ Jammeh, and Her Excellency the First Lady, Madam Zainab Yahya AJJ Jammeh. Guest artist is Sekuba Bambino, Mam Tamsir Njai and Jali Keba. Proudly sponsored by the Gambia Ports Authority, the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Gambia Petroleum, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, the Gambia Tourism Board, GRTS, Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation and AFRICEL. Support the Miss 22nd July Scholarship Pageant as the scheme will benefit all and sundry.
Welcome back. 2 years after they were kidnapped by Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb Akim, the 4 French hostages have made a passionate plea to their government to help secure their release. And in Somalia, incumbent President Sheikh Zarif Sheikh Ahmed is among 25 candidates vying for the presidency. We have more on those and other stories in this roundup of news.
Next week it'll be 2 years since hostages were taken by Al-Qaeda in Islamic Maghreb. A video reportedly filmed on the 29th of August was shown Saturday on an online information website where Pierre Legrand, Daniel Laribe, Thierry Dole and Marc Ferret appeared to be in good health although weak. They ask for their release to be negotiated.
It's been 2 years, more than 700 days. Have you forgotten me?
The 4 men were taken hostage on the 16th of September 2010 in Arlit, Niger. 9 Europeans, 6 of them French, are being held hostage by Akim in the Sahel. 25 candidates for one post, that of the President of Somalia. On Monday, the Parliament will elect a new head of state for a country ravaged by 20 years of civil war. The 250 Somali deputies have now heard the proposals of each candidate. Amongst the candidates is the outgoing President Sharif Sheikh Ahmed, a controversial figure accused of corruption within his administration. Hundreds of people attended the funeral of Mambush yesterday in Lusikisiki, South Africa. This 30-year-old father is one of 34 victims of the police shootout in Marikana on the 16th of August. Having become one of the leaders of the social unrest, he tried in vain to calm the angry miners. A new witness has challenged the police, who insist they only opened fire in legitimate defense. One of the survivors assures that at least 3 strikers were killed while attempting to escape or while trying to give themselves up to the police.